Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Puzzle Agent. So we've used 25 hints, we've solved 31 puzzles. When we look here, it seems like we may only have about 5 or 6 more puzzles to go. They could be done rather quickly. We may get done with this game in this recording. Oh, I love how this just flips back and forth there when you mess with it. Just a bounce back and forth. I wonder if I am going to raise my rating from Impressive Investigator or lower it. I bet I lower it, and we've cost the taxpayers $3,252,000. Not that that really matters. It's a joke metric, as far as I can tell, unless it gives us some different ending. Let's get back to the game. We should solve this case. So, last time we were almost killed by Gloria with a chainsaw to the ice. Now we need to go to the factory and finally open that door and finally take on the guys.
Found some freshly caught fish out on the lake. Looks like something has started eating them before they've been cooked.
So we know that the gnomes have been eating the fish, have been eating the walls, they've been doing everything. We don't quite understand why or what they're up to, but I guess it really doesn't matter too much. Hey, can I talk to this guy? Yes, just to go, I figured I'd get another puzzle there. It's very possible I've missed just like one puzzle somewhere in any of this. Let's just go to the racer factory. So, as a government man, I'm here to make sure. I thought I'd bring up a menu there with an inventory system. I don't know why. We've had no inventory system in this game. It's my job to get this eraser factory going because that's what the government does. No, it doesn't.
None of these
Not
gears
in
fit
a
on this
long
door.
time. Oh, I have to go back to the lodge and put the gears back together. That's what I have to do. There was a time, a long, long time ago, 60, 70 years, maybe 100 years ago, where unions were first forming and they would send the government and private security people to break up unions and keep factories working. And that's probably the last time the government has ever cared if a business was running. Of course, I guess during World War II, we took control of a lot of facilities, or we asked or forced a lot of facilities to make things for us. And so we would potentially make sure those factories were running too. So I guess maybe that was the last time. I guess if you really investigated it, you might find a couple of different times in the United States history where factories have been forced to continue working, usually on the backs of the employees. And that's not even to get into the factories that are inside of prisons that force criminals to work for below minimum wage. Do I talk to this girl? No? Am I supposed to, like... It said go back to the lodge. Oh, yeah.
Better not.
I'm in the wrong place. Not the inn, the lodge. There is certainly some problems here with just directing the player to go to certain spots. Sure, there aren't that many different locations you could wander around before you found the right one, but having Valda's inn and the lodge are about the same thing. Let's get these pieces of gum. Now I go and put the pieces back together on this table. Yes, that's what happens. Remember, the reason why we're picking up this already been chewed gum, which I can barely get that one on the corner there, is because it gives us hints, and they don't have any like fresh gum in this area at all.
Okay, let's get this gear back together.
Yeah, I've wasted too much time already. The gears to be one of those assemble yourself dealers. Can you fit it together? We started this in the gnome stall piece, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle to put this thing together. Just find the angles that would match correctly. This isn't working as well as I had hoped. So we've got these three pieces. There's one. And there's some lines running through it. Here. This is interesting. How this is all coming together. It's gonna be this like backwards gear, it looks like. Wow. That is quite the weird gear you have there. Well, it's all linked together, so there's no way this could be wrong. I don't think, at least. Let's submit it. That seems like a free puzzle. We still were never given any idea what any of this means. That kind of sucks. That they didn't explain any of that.
I can't let you go.
I figured that was gonna happen.
You just don't come into our town and pretend you know how everything works.
I think I'm starting to figure it out.
He's sweating. Looking at the crossworld. Why? Because they're all obsessed with puzzles. See, and that barely even got explained that they were obsessed with puzzles or something. Well, we got the gear and we keep moving.
You serious? Sheriff's as crooked as they come. Looks like he's sabotaged my snowmobile.
Sheriff has sabotaged the snowmobile. Rotate the tiles to create a path from the fuel tank to the exhaust. Really? So... if we look at this border, it probably is something along this line. If I just line up the edge without even looking at the middle of the picture, just looking at the yellow here, and it seems like that's working pretty well. It feels like I just solved most of it, just the middle part now. So this last one. And that was it. Well, always start with the edges when you do a puzzle, I guess. Submit. See, I think the way this should end is you should just be fired for spending so much of the taxpayers' money on such a dumb thing. Investigation. Wow. I did not click anything, so unless I just skipped a cutscene because I moved the mouse, that was not anything I did, and it just skipped to right here. Didn't show arriving to this point, didn't show anything else. Super Conundrum Cracker is now our new level. Let's just click on this, I suppose. I can't even... Well, I guess I could go somewhere else if I really wanted to, but let's move forward with the story. That's the right thing to do.
Isaac, I'm with the FBI, Department of Puzzle Research. If you're still in there, don't worry. I'm coming in to rescue you.
Nelson's 3 gears seem to come apart, and it looks like the pieces can be rearranged into one giant gear. Can you get it in gear to solve this puzzle? Okay. Is it legal to use the FBI's logo like this for like false things? Isn't this dangerously approaching fraud to use an official seal on an unofficial document? I think that's a felony. If you're making a video game, maybe call it something else. Well, it says the Department of Justice Federal Bureau of Investigation. Maybe the seal is slightly different in the real world, and it just looks real close enough. This is gonna be a nightmare. It's like each one of these things falls apart even more. So unless there's some combination here, this is going to be really interesting. Hopefully it follows some standard patterns, because that would make sense right there. And maybe if I did something like that, and something like that, and something like that, that would make some sense. And then we could do something like that, and it doesn't feel like any of this is locking in, no, not a bit of it. And I think it's every piece. And see, this just doesn't make that logical sense. Let's see. What if we, instead of using this, if we just reset and tested something else out as a theory? Something along the lines of this. And then this one. And let's see. I am noticing something here in the middle, though. Maybe this is the right way to do it, because then that would kind of line up all to these pieces. It almost doesn't make sense that there would be enough space here for each thing. It doesn't line up at all. That's like, what? This may be the final puzzle. Let's see. What if we did something there, or there, or there? Like, not a single thing makes enough sense. We need a hint. Thanks. I think we've kind of got some of that. So this, and then it's saying to mix. Ooh, that locked in finally. So a mix and match of some sort will lock into this. Ooh, and it's connected to this piece. So now we've got the beginnings of an actual doable thing. Let's just put this here and this here to see what we're working for. And I'll just put that right there. How about that one? That one? Nope. How about that one? That one? How about that? No. Let's think. Guess I can continue with this orientation of everything. I don't think things are going to get crazy different. There we go. And there we go. Finally found it. There. And it makes this star pattern. So I just have to figure out the right pattern and the right place for everything. We can do this. We got this working finally. Move that there. Move that there. Move that there. Move that one there. Move that one there. We've got almost a full thing connected. There we go. Nice. So we're only left with the small grouping of puzzle pieces. Which... Ooh. It connects in some strange way. Apparently. Okay, I guess it's working in that it's only getting like little pieces connected and then leaving whole sections open. Alright. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen, but it seems like it worked. There's little triangles all over the place missing, but that's one giant gear. Let's submit. If this isn't right, I would be really upset. Because it practically told me that was the right solution by locking in. We got no wrong answers, so we're a top agent at least. What's the how here? A perfect fit. Hardly a perfect fit. Let's see if we can get the door open. So, what kind of crazy ending are we going to get on this story? It's going to have to be pretty crazy, isn't it?
That was a tricky one.
That was a tricky one. No, sometimes he says it's a tricky one, sometimes he says it's a easy one. Seems to have no relation to how much difficulty you really had, though. Your 3 frames of animation to open the door. Bear traps.
Isaac? Stay there. I'm coming to get you.
Barbed wire. And our game is saved again. Let's see. 34 puzzles solved. How many do we think are left? 3. And it could be I just missed some. Get that gum. Get this gum.
Blocked. If the circumference of the Earth is 4 times that of the moon.
I swear I'm not going to hurt you. I just need to clear this path and we can get out of here.
Nelson's path is blocked by a giant Scoggins eraser. Cut the support to drop the obstacle, but don't drop Nelson by mistake. Alright. So the one that's connected to the eraser, as long as it doesn't come at too much of a right angle when it connects, this shouldn't be really too much of a bother. I hate when they overlap like that though. That's alright, we still should be on the path. Wow, that is curvy. There you go, number 8. Submit. It's not like I'm really gonna die if I click the wrong one. That would really suck if it was game over. Right there, you lose. That you get the bad ending. What's the how on this one? Only cable 8 supports the giant eraser, the rest hold up the catwalk. That's it. It's time to rub out this giant eraser.
Stay away.
Now something else is blocking the path. They made sure to have 3 pieces of gum for this next one. Is it going to be difficult?
Go back. Rotate the tiles. If X is fine, please.
If you can get this furnace hot enough, it might blast away the remaining debris. Pack objects into the opening, but don't let them overlap. So, Tetris? So, yes, this is just Tetris. We can figure this out pretty easily, I think. In fact, you could probably just pile everything kind of close to each other and then move it around and start getting locks that way. See? See what I mean? But it would, putting a little logic into your puzzle solving skills would save you probably a massive amount of efforts. So we'll do that. Scoggins. There, that nose looked like it was something definitely. And this. Nope, how about that? Nope. So we have 3 like giant pieces right now, and we're attempting to get the rest of the things to connect. There's the top right there. That's not a piece that connects there though. How about right there? So we've got a big section that's connected and a big section that isn't. Lamp. There we go. Connect to that piece. Connect that piece. So almost everything's in the right place. Just gotta get this little... What is this thing called? A schmuck. And then the lamp needs to be in the right place. And there's so much stuff now that I kind of needed to move everything just to move the lamp. So everything's locked into pace. Everything's locked into place. So that has to be right. Let's submit. Case processing and verification. So, was that the simple puzzles for the next puzzle being the hardest? One more puzzle. Let's see, here's a piece of gum. Here's a piece of gum. Is there any more gum? He sure doesn't want me around.
Almost there.
And yet I keep coming. If Nelson can just maneuver 3 hydraulic lifts into place, he could reach the office door. Drag the arrows to create a command sequence, but beware bear traps. Puzzle rules. Let's see. Drag and drop arrows on the monitor to construct command lines. Each arrow moves all lifts once. Commands execute in order from left to right in rows top to bottom. A lift will be stopped by a wall or at a barrier. A lift will stop moving when it reaches its goal. Don't let any lift encounter a bear trap or it will be destroyed. So, So I believe it's up and then up, because I assume this is all 3 of them. And then we've got to go right, then up, then up.
Oh no!
Oh no, for sure. So apparently the guys are working with me. Let's see if we can quit here.
I'm so close! Hang in there. I just have to figure this out and I'll be there to rescue you.
So that is an interesting turn of events, that the gnomes are working to help me. Am I doing the wrong thing here? Are the gnomes not really the bad guys? We'll have to find out in the next recording. It seems like we've gone long enough that almost certainly we'll get it done. Hydraulic headache is the only puzzle that's left. And then we'll do our final wrap up of this series, and that'll be it. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button. It says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.